guys, I'm Christina with Virginia Wreath Company, and I'm going to be making a Halloween wreath with you guys tonight. I've already made 2 bows, and I've made this one, and I have made this one, and I'm going to be making another one, and I'll show you guys how I make it. Just making sure my technical stuff is working right now. Okay. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? If you can you let me know? Give me a thumbs up or something. Comment. Let me know that you guys can hear me okay. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some wire, and I'm going to get out about 26 inches. And I'm going to snip this off, and I need 2 pieces. Get another piece. 26. Okay. And this wire is going to hold our bow together. And this is 24 gauge wire. Okay. Got my 2 pieces of wire. And these are the ribbons that I've selected over here. And my first one is this really cute, spooky Halloween wreath. It's super cute. And I'm going to start... I'm going to take this and measure from this middle finger right here to letter D on my board. And I'm just going to pinch this up. Just like that. And I'm going to take a piece of my wire, put it in the middle. I'm trying to make sure I have it kind of even on both ends. And I'm going to pull it tight against the ribbon, twist it, and this is how we're going to start. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to set it in here. Take my top wire. I'm going to be making a terry bow. Take my top wire, wrap it around. Take my bottom wire, wrap it around. This is the Pro Bow. This is the older Pro Bow, which works just fine. I love it. I use it for just about all my bows. I'm going to take this one, wrap it around that finger. This one, pinch it in the middle, come under, and you twist it. And I'm going to bring the other end. I should pull out some of this ribbon. On this finger, pull it, pinch it. And this is where the difference comes in between, really between the terry bow and making another bow, is I'm going to take this second wire and I'm going to run it in between the loops and to the right of my little peg down here. And I'm just going to pull that till it comes out to about even. pull it, pull it, pull it. Pull your ribbon if it gets loose. And then I twist this. And what this does is it keeps your ribbons straight, so you're not like having to hold your ribbon back here where you won't be able to move this hand. And I'm going to take my extra ribbon, just fold it over, come out here to row D, and I'm going to trim it off. And there we have our first bow for the terry bow. Pull this off. Okay. Set it there. Okay. My next ribbon is this cute orange and black polka dot. And you do the same thing. I'm going to take this, measure out to row D. This is your tail. And I'm just going to put it right up there. And I pinch. And I'm going to hold that with my finger right there. And I'm going to come around. And I'm going to put this up here on this finger. And I come around. And then I pinch this. And you twist it. As Regina says, bottoms up. And I'm going to come around and put it around this finger. Okay. We pinch it again. And you're going to twist with your bottoms up. And you're going to use this, I'm going to call this like a guide wire. Use that and twist off that ribbon. Okay. Measure out to row D. Cutting. Okay, and we're done with this one. Okay. Move on to this one. So when you come in, tell me where you're from. I love seeing where everybody's from. I think it's so interesting. It's pretty cool. Again, I don't measure to row D all the time. Sometimes I just take my tail and put it up here in alignment with where these other ones are, and I know I'm good with the placement. So you pinch, I'm going to push it, get it around, pull out some ribbon, I pinch the bottom coming this way, and then I turn the bottom up. Because you're going to twist the ribbon around so that when you do this, you have the right side facing outward. And you pull, and you pinch, and you twist again. Use your wire, pull it, twist, and go down here to row D and cut. And we're finished with this one. Okay. Use your green one next. I did pre-cut some of these ribbons for the actual wreath itself. So you guys wouldn't have to sit here and watch me cut ribbon. I know that can be kind of boring. But I did leave one roll of ribbon, or one section of ribbons to cut. And I'm going to show you guys a trick if you have a pro bow. Okay. And I'm just doing the same thing, coming up, twist, coming back around the left side. Whoops. Okay. And I'm pinching. Bottoms up, and take my wire, and that's going to hold that in place. And I'm going to hold this up in a minute so you guys can see how the wire is holding this. Okay. Got 2 more ribbons to go. And when I make these, I like to alternate 2.5, 1.5, 2.5, 1.5, 2.5, and the last one's going to be a 1.5. Because I think it gives it a little more of a variety. You don't have so many 2.5-inch ribbons stuck there that it looks like it's all just kind of bundled together, maybe. Okay, come around this finger. I'm pinching and I'm flipping the bottoms up. And I'm going to go ahead and use the wire to secure. And come out here to our D. Cut it off. Okay. Okay, and we have our last one. Twisting, pulling, bottoms up, grab my guide wires, and I'm going to twist this off. Okay. Come out here to our D, and cut. Okay. I'm going to flip this up. I'm going to hold it up. Hopefully my pegs don't come out. So you guys can kind of see what I've done with the wire. I don't know if you guys can see. Right here. These are where all the ribbons are stacked. Right here. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to cut off. I twist this out probably like an inch and then cut it off. And I'm just going to kind of like bend this over down on itself. And that was the guide wire. And then I'm taking the other wire and pulling this off where I attached it to this peg and underneath. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to pull as hard as you can and twist. And once you've got it twisted well enough, you can come back through, pull it off your probo, and then take your bow and twist your bow, and it'll tighten itself back up on the bow. And you want to keep your extra wire here so you can attach it to your wreath. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the ends of these. And I'm just cutting where it's shaped like a V on the dovetail. You guys are just joining. I am Christina with Virginia Wreath Company, and we're going to make a Halloween wreath. And after I'm done making my wreath, which hopefully Won't be any later than 9 o'clock. I'm certainly not planning on it being any later than that. Following me is going to be Megan Crandall with Wishing Well Wreaths, and she's going to go on live tonight and do another one for you guys. So when you're done here, you know, if you will, hop on over to Wishing Well Wreaths, and Megan's going to be doing a Facebook Live. She's going to make a wreath, I think. It might be a fall one, too. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what she's doing. And I'm just dovetailing the ends of this ribbon for the bow. And if you are interested in a pro bow, I will post a link to it in the comments when I get done. Regina Sellers makes this, and it's awesome. It is really awesome, and she has great tutorials on how to use it, and she goes really slow so that you can really understand what's going on. Let me see. I think my phone froze up. Okay, hang on just a second, guys. Okay. I know this looks like a hot mess right now, but it's not when we get done, believe me. It's not gonna look like that. Okay. I also I haven't used the fluff box. This is another thing from Regina. It really makes fluffing out your bows a lot easier than trying to stand here and do it by hand this way. It gives you a good anchor point to fluff your bow. And this thing is heavy. It's heavy. You put it on your table and you start fluffing your bow. Your stuff isn't going to go anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and fluff this bow. And I just take mine and just do opposite sides each way. So, let me see. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Mom. Hi, Cheryl. And I'm just going to do opposite ways. And I'm just pulling. And when you put it on here, you can really pull these and get the ribbon to go where you want it to go. And I tend to go side to side. I do one side, then I do the other side. And back and forth. And you fluff. One more over here on this side. And you can turn this around. And get your ribbon to go where you want it to go. you could probably stand here all day and fluff ribbon. Because I think you always find one piece that's not quite right. Then you find that one, then you move that one, so then you have to move another one. Am I right? Okay, I think this one is fluffed enough. Hi, Matt. So, I'm going to pull it out. And that's what the bow looks like. Okay, so now we have 3 bows. And I'm going to move this sucker. I am going to finish cutting up my ribbon, but I'm going to show you guys a trick. These are the ribbon spool holders that come with the Pro Bow. And each one of these, well, from one end to the other end, the first peg to the third peg, is 14 inches. So that's how long I make my ribbon streamers that go on my wreaths. I'll do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my roll of ribbon, because before when I did this, I used to take my ribbon, roll it out, cut 14. Take it, roll it out, cut 14. I saw this from another wreath maker, and this is a pretty nifty trick. And it doesn't take as much time either. So take your ribbon, hold down here with your finger, right here. Hold that, wrap your ribbon around. Oh, hang on a second, guys. You gotta make sure you hold that first piece in once you get it wrapped around. There we go. And so here we already have two ribbon streamers. This is our third, and we need 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this off on this end. Right there. I can move my ribbon. And once you have this, well, there go my fingers, my ribbon spool holders, you have 9 strips. So I'm just going to take it and cut it in the middle. Okay, just like that. And I dovetail all my ribbons. I'm not going to do all of them at one time. Do 3 at a time. And I just fold it over and cut at an angle away from me. Cut. And you have your pretty dovetail. Okay. Thanks, Cheryl. What row did I use? Terry, I have the original large Pro Bow that goes up to row E, and I used row C. Let's see. And if I miss your questions, guys, I will come back through and answer them when the video's over. Okay. 3. Okay. And I'm just folding it over and cut at an angle away from myself. And when I make a wreath, I only use wired ribbon. I wouldn't use anything else but wired ribbon. That's my preference. I know some people have used other kind of, or non-wired ribbon, but it just doesn't hold its shape very well. Okay, and we have our ribbon cut. Okay, I can move these. And I'm also putting in this wreath some window pane mesh little roll-up things. Hey Megan! And what I did, it comes in a 21-inch roll, and this stuff is like so awesome to work with because it doesn't fray. So what I'm going to do is I'm using 10-inch pieces. I'm going to measure out 10 inches. Okay. And then I'm not going to be using the whole piece like this. So I'm going to cut this in half. So I cut it at like the 10-inch mark again. Just like that. So you have two pieces. And this is what we're going to use to make our rolls that are going to go in the twist ties and the wreath. Okay. And I think we've got everything prepped. Here's our wreath base. I'm going to use a black work wreath form, and I'm using black wide foil mesh. This is like the deluxe mesh. I love using this stuff because it's got so much sparkle to it. I don't know if you guys can see that, the sparkle. But I love this stuff. Ah, it's stuck to my shirt. Okay. One thing I'm going to do before I start this is the sign that I'm going to use. And I am going to go ahead and get him ready to be put on the wreath. And I already did one part back here on the back. I just used a pipe cleaner and I stapled them in. And this wood isn't as thick as I thought it would be, so I had just a little bit pop out right there that I touched up with black paint, which is okay. But when I do this again, to add the bottom pipe cleaners, I'm going to take an additional pipe cleaner and I'm folding it just like this, and I'm going to put this one, I'm going to lay this down, and then I'm going to staple this one on top of it so that the staple doesn't go all the way through the board. And I've seen people do this where they've just like rolled up ribbon and put it underneath. I use sometimes a piece of board under mine. And there we go. Nothing came through on this side. But what I'm going to do next is, I have the staples and I know they're secure, but I'm going to go ahead and just put a big old thing of hot glue on here just to make sure that it stays secured. Okay. Okay, Lisa, I don't know what you want me to repeat. If you can either ask again, or you can, once I'm done, you can go back and watch the replay from the beginning, and you'll see everything that I've done so far. And I'm going to set this aside and let it cool. And I'm going to make my wreath base. And I'm just pulling all the twist ties up. And these are my favorite ones to use. I like the ones with the thicker ties. I try to use them to work to my advantage when I'm making a wreath and pick out a color that I know is going to coordinate or go with what I'm making. This mesh just wants to stick. And this is what I do. I take my roll of mesh and I drop it. That's the easiest thing for me to do. And I just take and gather it up. About a 3-4 inch tail. Put it in. And this is how I make my wreaths. Y'all, this is crazy. This stuff is sticking to my shirt like crazy. Holy cow. Like, I gotta stand back here. I had no idea this stuff would stick like this. And I usually come back out and poof when I'm done if I need to. I generally don't measure my mesh. I've been doing this for over 5 years, so I kind of okay at eyeballing it. But I do just kind of do a reference thing where I pull it down to right here, and I do that with each one. Okay. And I'm just gathering, pulling, coming up. Okay. And come back, measure up, put it in a twist tie. Let's see. Oh, that's awesome, Terry. I'm glad that you had 2 more orders for the witch hats. Aren't they just the coolest thing? Oh, those are awesome. And I'm getting to the end of the first row, and I'm just going to untie where I initially started, place the mesh in here, twist this back up, and I do a little thing kind of called like a bridge. That's what I call it because it's kind of like what it is. And I just take my mesh. Let me see if I can turn this around. I take my mesh and pull it down. I don't cut anything going from the top row to the bottom. I just pull it down, and I'll put it in that twist tie, tie it off, and keep going around the bottom. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly, I have a tutorial out on how to do the witch hat. It is in my Etsy store. if you want to look that up. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys, anybody watching tonight's live video who wants to purchase the witch hat tutorial, let me stop and show you. This is the witch hat right here. This is, I show you how to make this step-by-step video tutorial. Anybody watching, and for the next 48 hours, if you use the code LIVE5 with the number 5, L-I-V-E, and the number 5, you'll get $5 off the tutorial. And that is good for 48 hours. So let's see. Yeah, they were like my best seller last year. And I just keep going around. And I do have another, thank you, Kathy. I do have another tutorial in there for beginners who want to learn how to make a deco mesh wreath. It's a 2-hour step-by-step video where I show you beginning to end. Every step I do, I explain everything step by step. I show you how to add the mesh, how to add ribbon, how to add a sign, how to add Deco Flex tubing, and how to add a door hanger to the back of your wreath. Yeah, I'm getting hung up again, y'all. And that video as well, you can use the Live 5 code for it too if you're interested. If anybody's new who has never made a wreath before, it really is a lifesaver. I wish I had that tutorial when I started. Back when I started, we kind of had slim pickings on what to learn from. And we didn't have nearly the amount of supplies that's available today. The supplies, the different things to go with these today it's unbelievable, the amount of stuff people have. Let's see. And I'm still going. I'm almost to the end here. Okay. Got 2 more twist ties. This makes it a little harder doing this wreath because I'm using sparkly black mesh and a black work wreath form. So they're all kind of blending together. Okay. I am back to my starting point with 1 more loop. Okay. And I just untie the first one, the one that we bridged down to. Put my mesh in there. Pull your twist ties, tie it off, and I come out about 4 inches and cut the end of this off. Okay. And I've got this end part right here. I'm going to take it and just tuck it down behind the wreath, and I'm going to tie that off with a pipe cleaner. I thought I had a zip tie over here, but I don't. Ah, there we go. Okay. We've got that done. And I'm just going to go through here and kind of fluff out some of this where I think that it needs to be fluffed out. Okay. Oh, it hung up in the ribbon. Okay. Okay, we have our base, and I am going to go ahead and start using this window pane mesh. And you guys will be able to see how this fills it in. So I'm just going to take one, and I'm just going to roll it up. It doesn't have to be perfect because it looks kind of messy anyway, and I think that's kind of cool for a Halloween wreath. I'm going to pinch it in the middle, open the twist tie. I always open my twist ties to put things in. I don't ever just stack it on. I don't like doing that. It's just the way that I learned, and it's the way that I'll probably always do it. Let's see. Put this back there. And I'm just rolling and pinching in the middle. So it looks like this. And I'm just undoing the twist tie, pushing it in there, and pulling the twist tie. Okay. And these things will stick to you also. But it's really funny. I mean, they call it window pane mesh, but it feels like nothing like mesh. It's in the middle. Okay. Untwist my twist tie. And stick it in. You just push it down. Okay. And we just keep moving around. Let me see if I can move over this side. Let's see. Hi, Mary. And I'm just rolling it up. Pinch in the middle. And if you guys are just joining, I am Christina with Virginia Wreath Company, and I'm making a Halloween wreath. And we have kind of a two-for deal tonight, because when I'm done, Megan Crandall from Wishing Well Wreaths, she's going to be going live, and she's going to be making a fall wreath. So I can't wait to see what she makes. And she does have she's got a new ebook coming out that tells you just about everything you would ever need to know if you are starting to make wreaths. And she's done a really, really good job on this ebook. I give her kudos. And I'm still twisting. Let's see. Kimberly, it is Megan. She's commenting in the comments now. and she is with Wishing Well Wreaths. And I'm still turning around, pinching, putting it in. And I got one more for the top row. Just move this over to here. This stuff really is pretty cool. This is like the first time that I have ever worked with this stuff right here. This window pane mesh. That's pretty cool. Kind of like it. I really like the green against the black. Okay. I'm going to start on the bottom row. Let's see. You're welcome, Megan. And I'm doing the same thing, just open them up, put it in there, pull them together, and twist. And I'll show you guys what this looks like in just a minute. And I'm serious, you guys, this is like really hard to see, the black mesh against the black work wreath. I had debated about using, I kind of thought maybe I was going to use like a bright green, a lime green work wreath, but I didn't have one, so I'll just use the black. Okay, let's see. And pinching. Now, what are you guys up to on a Saturday night? Hubs and I really don't do a whole lot on Saturday nights. We have a son who has autism and ADHD, so it's really hard for us to really be able to go out and enjoy ourselves when we want to, or just, you know, it's harder than just calling a normal babysitter. And we're moving right along. Hi, Monica. Okay. Oh, wow. Really, Kimberly? Now this is my stress reliever. Making wreaths and things like that. This is my stress reliever right here. Because you kind of get in a zone when you make wreaths. I guess you do that with any kind of craft, you know, painting, making a wreath, anything like that. Okay. And we're almost done with the bottom row. Oh, wow, Kimberly. Wow. Kudos to you, girl. I can relate. We've just hit the teenage years, so don't know what it's going to have in store for us, but we shall conquer and overcome. And I'm going to pick this up and hold it up here in just a minute so you guys can see what it looks like. We're on our last window pane mesh. Okay. And this is what we have so far. This is what it looks like. We put the window pane mesh around the inner loops and the outer loops. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add my sign. And this is what Frankie looks like in case you didn't see him in the beginning. I think he's super cute. And I'm just going to take him, since I don't really have, I haven't planned out a top and bottom yet. I'm just going to take him and put him, let me see. Okay, twist tie, twist tie. Okay. And I'm going to hold that and I'm going to flip them over. And I've got pipe cleaners on the back of him that I am just going to wire through this metal, the metal part of this work wreath. And I'm just going to do a couple twists at first so I can turn it over and look and see what he looks like. And I believe that is okay. Okay. Pull him up this way just a little bit more. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys. This is what he looks like with the sign. There's something. No, there's nothing in front of him. Okay, and this is what we have now. I'm going to go ahead and add our ribbon. So I can get this deco mesh to let go of my shirt. Okay. And I have our ribbon pieces cut. I gotta grab them. Okay. Let's set this down here. I need like another table, y'all. I need a bigger table or something. I don't have enough room. And I am going to sit down. Next thing, I'm going to pick out my ribbons, which ones I want to use with which ones, and I'm going to go like this, and do these two together, and then these two together. And all I'm going to do is take a 2.5 and a 1 and a 1.5, and I pair them up, and I lay them out, fold them over, make sure they're even, pull them apart, pinch it together, and I'm going to start putting them in my wreath and just alternate them. And I'm going to start this down on the outer ring. Pull this out. And you can see what that looks like right there. Just did the first one. And you alternate your ribbon choices for each twist tie. Okay. Okay. And I'm just pushing them in. Now I do the same thing with the ribbon as what I do with the with just about anything else that I am going to put in the twist tie. I do untie it and push everything down into the twist tie. Okay. And I'm just going to keep going along. Video is lagging at the important part. Okay, I don't know what that important part was. Can you tell me what that was, Tracy? And I'll repeat it. Okay. 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 Let's see. Joanne, the code to get $5 off the tutorial is LIVE5. LIVE and the number 5. And I'm doing the same thing, untwisting, pushing in, twisting back, and then you separate your ribbon. I'm going to stand up again in a minute, guys. I had to sit down. My knee was bothering me. Okay. Page, no lagging. Okay. Did things clear up, Tracy? Yeah. A little piece of wire gonna come out from the ribbon. If this happens, you guys, sometimes you can maneuver it back down into the ribbon. If not, and it's just a little amount, just clip it off. That little amount isn't really a big deal. Okay. Anybody else having a lagging problem? Or any kind of issue? Okay, much better. Good, good, good. I'm glad. I am still adding ribbon. You know, I need a bigger table. I mean, that's all there is to it. I just need a bigger table. Do you guys have big workspaces? Those of you that make wreaths and crafts and things like that. Do y'all have big workspaces? Okay. I will, Tracy, hang on just a minute. Let me get this outer edge done. I had to sit down for a minute because my knee is bothering me. But I'm going to stand back up in a few minutes, and you will definitely be able to see when I get to the top right here what I'm doing. You take your two pieces of ribbon, your 1.5 inch and your 2.5 inch. You fold it in half so that it's even. Pull it apart, pinch in the middle, then you untie your twist tie and put it in there. Put your ribbon in there and then twist your tie back. And I'm going to come back. You guys will be able to see better once I get up here on the top row. Okay. Alternating colors. Yes, I have 4 ribbons, 4 different patterns, and I'm using 2 of each pattern in each twist tie. Let's see. This is, can you see the different patterns that I've used around the bottom? They're just the different patterns in ribbon, and you alternate every other twist tie, or every twist tie. You just alternate which ribbons you're using. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Tracy. You guys will be able to see better once I start doing the top of this. Very good. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, I've got them all around the bottom. I'm going to stand up and let me move this chair over. Sorry, guys. Okay, on the top, let's see, figure out where I'm going to start. I'll just start up here at the top. 99.9% of the time when you use something like this, your ribbons are going to end up matching somewhere, but they do come back out of sequence. And that's not an uncommon thing. It happens. And most of the time, nobody really notices it except for you. So that's just the nature of how the twist ties go on the wreath frames. What I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. I'm pinching my ribbon, just like this. And I'm going to untie the twist tie right here. And I take my ribbon and I place it in there, push it down, and pull your twist tie closed. And then I'm going to go like this. You fluff your ribbon a little bit. Okay. And then you just go around your wreath form. Okay. Yeah, this work wreath form is 15 to 24 inches. That's what, it's a 15 to 24 inch work wreath form. And it is, most of the time, my wreaths usually come out, I'd probably say at least 27 inches. Just because I like to make them big and fluffy and pretty and full and full of different colors and ribbons and bows and things like that. I really do, I think my wreaths are a good size. A good size. And I'm going around, taking my ribbon, and I'm just folding it up so that it's even. Pinch it, fold it back, pinch in the middle, and then I undo my twist tie, and I push it in there, kind of push it in there kind of hard, and then twist. And then this window pane mesh that's on here is something new that I have never worked with before. And I'm kind of digging it though. I kind of like it. And you just keep going around your wreath. Robin, there is a woman on Etsy, and I almost want to say her Etsy shop is Wreaths by Robin, that has this green window pane mesh. So you can go check her out and see if she's got it. Because I ordered a couple rolls from her. And we keep moving around. Okay, you're welcome. And if you can't find it there, but I'm not sure if you could just buy one roll. Ah, only in purple. See, I don't know if I found it on Amazon. I thought I had looked, but I didn't see it. Either that or it was more expensive. I don't know. Check your prices when you're buying that stuff. I'm sure you guys know that, the ones who make wreaths know that already. Okay. And I think we're coming down the home stretch with the ribbon here. Okay. Oh. I'm twisting the right way. There we go. Okay. Well, we got 2 more ribbon things to go. Hi, Dixie. Thank you, Robin. Oh, $19 for 1 roll? Yikes. Go check out Thompson Wholesale. Hi, Lisa. How you doing, girl? Okay. And we got 1 more ribbon thing to put in. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad you're here, Lisa. No, Lisa, it's all 2.5 and 1.5 inch ribbon. Okay, we've got all the ribbon on here, and I probably need to go around and fluff out the ribbon a little bit. But we've got all the ribbon on him, and I will hang him up in a minute in fluff ribbon. Let me just put this up. Let me see if you guys. Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I love, love, love the hearts. There we go. Can you guys see them? I'm just going to come through and fluff out some of this ribbon. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on just a second. I'll move. Okay. Okay. I've got them semi fluffed out. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the bows. I'm going to put them back down here and see where I want to put them. And we have a couple different, I made one of them a little bit different than the other two. This one only has one loop in the center, whereas these other two have the double loops in the center, like right here. So I'm going to use one in the middle, and then the other two, one on top and one below it. And this is where your long wires come in handy, because you're going to push it down into your mesh. You're not going to go in a twist tie, you're going to go in the mesh. And I think I'm going to go right here with him. Let me turn it around, because I've got, it says Spooky on here. I want to make sure Spooky is facing the right direction, that it's not upside down or something. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Vicky. I think I'm going to go with this one here. And I am just feeding the wire through the mesh, and I will grab it on the back side. Got one wire. I'm trying to get the other one. Well, good grief. It just does not want to go through here. Okay. Okay. I think I probably need to come over a little bit more. Let me pull them back out. Okay. Oh, I can't find that wire. Thank you, Kathy. If I can find the wire through the back of the mesh, that would be great. Because I can't find it. It keeps getting lost. Okay. I'm going to get this sucker this time. Okay. Okay. Maybe. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I've got one wire. Let's see if I can find the other one. I don't know where that one went to because it did not go through. Okay. I apologize, guys. I am sorry that took that long. Okay, I've got this on here, and I'm just going to go out and fluff this real quick, because then I'm going to go ahead and add my other two. Okay. There we go. Okay, hopefully these won't be as much of a pain in the butt as that one was. But I think we all know sometimes things can just not go right. Okay. I'll put this one right here. Okay. We've got one end. Okay. Okay. That one worked a lot better. Put this out a little bit. Okay. Can I show you how to make bows? I made a bow in the beginning of the video. It wasn't really that in depth. I do need to come on and make a bow video. I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna make a bow video, I'm gonna make a bow video. And then I'm like, yeah, I didn't make the bow video. But yeah, I will definitely be doing something with making a bow shortly. Do you have a pro bow, or are you looking to make a bow by hand? Let me see. Kimberly. Yeah, if you can let me know if you have the bows that I'm putting on right now. Okay, these are called Terry bows, and it's done on the Pro bow. Hang on a second and I'll show you the Pro. Do you have a Pro bow, Kimberly? This bow needs to move over just a little bit. Okay. And right now I'm just fluffing, I'm pulling out ribbon. Just moving it around. Let's see. Okay. This is what we have. Let's see if I can get them to look right. What we have, I probably moved this bow over just a little bit more. Pull these up, move them over. Okay. Okay, guys, this is our Got Candy Frankenstein wreath. I think he's pretty cool looking. He is very wide, or deep. That's what it looks like, deep. But he's full of ribbon. And okay, I'm going to stop messing with him right now. I may add something else to him later. I'm not sure. But following me is Megan Crandall from Wishing Well Wreaths. She's going to be doing a fall wreath on her Facebook page. And she has an ebook that's coming out that is really good for a beginner who really hasn't gotten started with wreathing, or you are just starting to get started. She's got everything you'd ever want to know starting out. It's a good book. She gives you tons and tons and tons of information. So I want to thank you guys for joining me and sticking around while we made Frankie. And let's see. Oh, I have a special. If you use the code LIVE5, L-I-V-E, and the number 5, for the next 48 hours, you will get $5 off my witch hat tutorial, where I show you how to make this witch hat and all the little goodies that go inside. And that's good for the next 48 hours. Let me see if you guys have any questions. real quick. Okay. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, the fluff box I think is only from Probo. You can look on Amazon. Let me see. I will go back. If anybody's interested in the Probo, let me show you where the Probo. This is the Probo that I have, and I use it when I make all my bows. Well, most of them. Some of them I do by hand, but most of the time I use this for like the bigger, more elaborate bows. And this is the fluff box right here. This is the fluff box. This thing is heavy. So when you put it on your table and you go to fluff your bow, it's not going to move. And I'll put a link if anybody's interested in the Probo. I'll put a link in the comments to where you can get it from Amazon. So, okay. If I did not answer your question, I apologize. Trying to actually make something and look at your phone and do this all at the same time can be a little, I don't want to say nerve-wracking because it's not nerve-wracking. I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but I will definitely come back in and answer if you had any questions, okay? So, thank you guys. I really appreciate you joining me. And again, I am Christina with Virginia Wreath Company. And if you have any questions, comment in the on the post, and I'll get back to you. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Don't forget to go check out Megan over at Wishing Well Wreaths.